So I've just been thinking a lot today about listening to the intuition. It can really help us make good choices, right? So just a good time to slow down and listen to our intuition. It's a full moon in Virgo coming up right now. So it's a good time to take care of our body. Can you believe this is the print of your hand in all the different areas that you can massage to help your physical body? I always thought these were cool. Sometimes you get them when you go to these body, mind, spirit expos. And this one's nice because it has a big fat magnet on the back. But what are we going to do today? We're going to do some Reiki because I didn't get to do it when I was outside. And I uploaded a picture of it. Whoops. Sorry about that. I uploaded a picture of the flat peach tree outside. Yeah, spring is in the air. But what I really wanted to say that this guy, he took this machine, right? It was a synthesizer and he hooked it up to this I don't even know what kind of device, bioelectric device. And then he put these like little things on the tree, right? Nothing to hurt it, just to like kind of like pick up the frequency. And then he hooked it up to this, I would like him to do my flat peach tree. He hooked it up to this synthesizer and it played this music sounds. Everything makes music. Our bodies make music, our plants make music. Even disease makes music. See, I always said this for a long time that cancer was a parasite. So somebody finally said it. So, as a parasite, if you're sleeping with somebody who has cancer in their body, you're going to get it. So, I don't know why that just popped in my mind. I think I'm just thinking in terms of plants. So let's think in terms of plants here and use our intuition in our garden this year. You can get like little spikes like this to put in the earth. I don't know if I like these or not. I'll probably just use a blank ink marker on them. But I usually remember where my plants are, but it's a good idea if I start getting out there. And couldn't get out there today. Felt kind of jaded today. But there are some plants that grow in your zone. So if you're just starting to be a gardener, that's the thing, the zone. I'm between like zone 5 and 6, right? But I think our zones are changing because the whole planet inside is changing. So all the poles are shifting. So then next you want to see, well, what can you plant right now? Like where I am, it's March, right? The end of March, almost April. Yeah, actually, April's tomorrow, right? Is it today the 31st? Yeah, it is. April Fool Day, tomorrow. Full moon in Virgo. Okay, so it's a full moon in Virgo. It's a good time to take care of your body. And I've been doing that more. I've been to my acupuncturist 3 times. I'm going to go get a massage. I went to a chiropractor. So, I'm trying to get things done for my body. But the whole insurance system is so screwed up. I don't even want to go there because it's just a Debbie Downer. But anyway, so what they recommend in your zone, find out what you could grow anywhere. And I would suggest if you're doing herbs, I'm going to do a lot more potting this year. And I'm going to put these in a big pot, cilantro, because I love cilantro. I find that this doesn't like too much of the direct rays of the sun. But now this one, basil loves the sun. I mean, it's like its best friend. And basil I found keeps away mosquitoes. I think cilantro's pretty stinky too. That might even work with mosquitoes too. But yeah, when they pulled out my lead pipe, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know the drama I went through. So yeah, so these are 2 things you can plant now. And who doesn't love, like, fresh basil? What I'm going to do better at once it blooms, once I get the leaves, I'm going to get better at putting them in baking soda and vinegar, water, washing off any kind of seeds or parasites or whatever's on the leaves, bugs. And then I'm going to get better at putting them in a blender and making my own pesto. And then you can make your pesto and then you can kind of freeze it in a tray. And then you could just pop one out whenever you want. fresh basil with your pasta. I have a tendency to eat more pasta in the summer. I feel like right now our bodies are going through a transition physically. Maybe we don't feel like we want to eat what we usually ate. Maybe we just want to eat something weird. I mean, I don't know. It's just like I just think that there's all these changes happening, and especially now with a full moon in Virgo. So you're going to want to take care of your home too, because I think Virgo, it rules the whole physical body of man, right? It's the head, right? Virgo, the man. Man meaning a general term, right? Meaning everyone. So I got off the topic there. But anyway, Virgos, this is a good time to plant in the earth. A better time to plant seeds in the earth would be around when it's a full moon in Pisces or a full moon in Cancer, any of your water signs, or Scorpio, because that gives you a prolific abundance, especially if you're doing flowers. All right, so enough of that. So what I learned to do was, keep the seeds in a pack from the company that I got them from. So this is one company I use. I use Garden Heirloom Seeds, Gardener's Basics. And then they send you, this whole organic pack. So you have chives, so you can make your garden, a amazing vegetable garden, right? Oh, the lettuce. I need to keep the lettuce out. They say lettuce grows better at this time. I love parsley. Oh my God, I'm going to be busy. More basil. See, there's different kinds of basil, right? Too. The Genovese basil. Genovese. This basil is, it is a Genovese. Okay, so that's like an heirloom seed. So these both Gardener's Basics seeds of change. Okay, so this is their seeds. I didn't know I had two of these. But look, here's another one. This is Gardener's Basics, but this is basil and just says large Italiano. Isn't it amazing? So I have 3 packs of basil. Oh, I want to do a lot of rosemary. If you have a scalp problem, this is what I've read. You can do your own research, talk to your doctor. Rosemary oil is really good for the scalp, for growing hair. But I hear it's really good for repelling mosquitoes. So plant it around. So I'm going to plant it around. I'm going to plant these like right away. I want to plant them by the perimeter where we come out and in to the house. So you want to kind of line up your seeds, right? According to how you want to plant them. How do you want to get them planted, right? So rosemary, the lettuces. That's what I'm going to do. Now, I've never done this one. Cumin. It's a good spice, though. I'd probably rather keep that, like, close to the house so I could see what it looks like. That's interesting, right? I have to do more research on that. Now, I have had time before. And actually, I might grow this somewhere. If you want a plant, just going to take up a lot of space, so you have like a corner area you just don't know what to do with. Thyme would be a good one because it spreads out and it gets pretty big, and it also has an odor, so it keeps away mosquitoes. And then you have summer savory. I bet this would be good like on fish. I don't know why. I don't know that much about this. So the ones I don't know about, I'm putting on a side. I have to research them. And that's another thing you could do is like when you're taking your seeds out of your packs, right? You could put the ones away that you're not going to deal with right now. This grows, okay, some people hate this plant. Some people love it. I love peppermint. I even had chocolate mint. Oh my God. I don't know what happened to it. It was in the back and then it got all grown over and then I don't know what happened. It got lost. But that's what happens to some plants. They're here for a season and then they're gone. But peppermint, okay, this is what I like about it. After I clean the ground, I like to put peppermint in because peppermint will take over. but it'll take over in a good way. It's like a creeper, and it'll cover the ground spaces. And if you don't like how it's going, you just snip it back and then dry it for tea. And I've kept these through the winter. My peppermint that I have grown, oh my God, it's just like, I'm going to start growing this one already too. And it's also good tick and mosquito repellent. They say even when you have basil leaves, you crush them and you put them on your body. You know, down in the islands, in our bathing suit tops, we used to put in different plants just to repel the mosquitoes. Now, I don't know that much about anise. It sounds like a spice. Sage, I love sage. I think I'm going to pot this one this year because it's really a good medicine. And, you know, it's scary not right now because they're saying a lot of pharmaceutical drugs are disappearing. So we have to look at plant medicine, you know. Come on, it's all over the Bible, you know. I mean, I don't think the Bible's the only book. I mean, there's 22 books that are missing that they actually found. So the Bible is not the complete thing. It's not the complete encyclopedia of works here. There's 22 books. So then there's dill. I think I used to have some dill growing on the side of my house. But I don't know, it always kind of freaked me out because the seeds are so small. And then what do? I see I needed to do more research on this too. I think you're supposed to take off the heads of it and then let it dry and shake out the dill seeds. And then you can use the dill. I know people use dill for flavoring pickles, right? Like dill pickles. I'm going to put that on the side. And this one's kind of cute. I like this one. So I had a dream. Well, actually I had a premonition. I had a premonition, I would say more than a year ago. And then I saw this baby kitten recently. So yes, when my family is pregnant, she would be my great niece. Because my niece and my nephew and his wife are both having a baby. So I'm so happy for them. So my brother will finally be a grandparent. So yeah, this is the cutest, right? Catnip. So that was my premonition. I kept saying to my daughter-in-law, I said, don't you know somebody who's pregnant? I said, I think somebody's going to get pregnant. No, nobody in my family. Well, it's in my family. This is a good one too. Strong odor repels mosquitoes and ticks. Plus oregano. Okay, oregano would be a really good one. Maybe I'll learn how to do that this summer. This will be on my schedule. Like after all the greens are out, right? Then I could take some of it and I could learn how to make a tincture. How to make a tincture. And then some of the other seeds you might want to consider for your garden, since we're getting more into the medicine as far as plants go, right? Astragalus is really good, Wang Chi. Wow, the seeds are so small. They're like millimeters. Wang Chi, okay, astragalus, it produces a really beautiful flower. Why do they always have such long names? Astragalus mammanuensis, Wang Chi. But really good for fevers, really good for sicknesses. So, astragalus, Wang Chi, Huangqi. So that would be, peppermint too. Peppermint is a medicine plant, headaches, stomach aches, parasites. I mean, most of all these herbs get rid of parasites. If you eat a lot of salmon, oh my God, I dread that people eat all that raw sushi. Okay, I'll tell you this really bad story. It happened in my herb class. It was my second class of herbology. I took a class with Mr. John Sabanas. He passed away. He was a brilliant acupuncturist. Way ahead of his time, knew all the herbs. When he taught the herb class, you could feel the passion just ooze out of his pores. I mean, It was just so amazing taking a class with him. You could just tell he was like, he came alive. This is what his passion was, were the herbs, right? So another one, this is a little bit bigger. They're still so small. This is called comfrey. You know, this is really a good one to keep too. Yeah, I have to throw out all my old herbs. I have like huge jars full. And I'm going to just bury them back in the earth. Kind of like I have like a cremation ceremony. Like they're going to go back into the earth. It'll be an earth cremation. But yeah, so comfrey, really good for chest coughs, colds, the lungs. So you could have a section where you just have your herbs, right? You know, just have some herbs. You know, you could put some of these all together because then you know, oh, well, this section, I also have some medicine here. But then there's also, you know, I still have to find this one. There's a jasmine of this plant that smells and there's one that doesn't. It said jasmine scented and I don't know what happened to it, so I'm going to have to redo that one. But there's another one. This is really beautiful. Look it up online. Column stock. Column stock. STOCK, called the White Goddess. A gorgeous plant. And I guess it's supposed to be good for smell too, so sounds good to me. So yeah, so it's so pretty how some of these southern gardens, it's so pretty how they come packaged. I guess I'm a nerdy person when it comes to seeds. So yeah, very, very pretty. And then another thing I like to do is put some of my seeds that I like, I put them in jars. Because I had a mouse that got into my garage and he really did a lot of damage. So these are the ones I told you about that are spiky, that you leave in your garden for a long time for the birds, the coneflowers. But yeah, I guess I could plant these outside too. Why should I save them, right? So, I mean, I did save them for now. But I mean, I could just plant them right now too. So let's do a Reiki and a healing here. So I hope you got something out of this today. So yeah, during the springtime, gardeners are always like, I mean, it's going to rain all day today and we have so much to do, you know. It's like, I may have to go out even though it's raining and muddy out there because I have to get so much stuff done. So it's a good time to get your basics in. You know, if you like a lot of spring lettuce, I would start with lettuce right now. I'm going to find the biggest container I can and put in a lot of lettuce. I think it's nice to do that. Strawberries come up real early. So let's do a clearing here. Get ready for the full moon, right? All right, so if you have a favorite crystal, you know, to make sure you're seated somewhere that's pretty, let me just rearrange my body here, because all right, I'm going to use the Midnight Quartz. Okay. So yeah, so as you're clearing, you might like feel this magnetic energy come out of your hands. And you can use that magnetic energy, that's like your healing energy, to place on wherever you want to place it. So let's take a few minutes to do that. I'm going to put mine on my knees. Oh, I'm so glad I got for some acupuncture treatment on my knees, my hips, because now there's a lot of rain and I feel really pretty good. But I did have to do some treatments prior to this rainy season. I knew I did. But hey, if that's all I have to do to manage the pain, it's not like I'm taking any kind of pharmaceutical drug. I'm doing acupuncture. It rebalances. I had to do the wet cupping again on my hips. Not comfortable, but it's bearable. Let me tell you, if you have bad pain in your hips from arthritis, wet cupping. I love the Dog One Clinic here in Park Ridge. Dr. Richard Kim, he's brilliant. And he works with me too. He knows I'm an acupuncturist, and I'll give him suggestions, and he follows my lead. And I like that about him. It's like a doctor actually listens to you when they know that you know your body the best. All right, so let's just massage through our knee areas. And then we're going to just put our hands on our knees for a little while. We're going to do a little bit of breathing, maybe a little chanting. Yeah, I probably don't say this enough. Thanks for watching my videos and being part of my YouTube channel. I feel so young. Even though I've been doing a lot of videos, I feel so young. It's like there's so much more I want to do with it. I want to have merch, and then I'm thinking, well, what kind of merch do I want? I get tired of looking at everybody's t-shirt. And I thought, I know what kind of merch I would like to do. I would like to have merch that has... I like to make my paintings into like postcards or into... I'd like to have them made into like a box of cards, that people could send in the mail. I think people still send things in the mail, right? And I'd like to have some posters made of my paintings, and that would be like my gift box there, my merch, right? So I have a lot to do, but right now we're going to stay in meditation. And since it's a full moon in Virgo, I want you to really feel into your lower body. Really feel that deep grounding in your lower hips. Just really pay attention to it. And if you feel like you need to like kind of rumba around, if you feel like you have to do some movement, just allow your body to do it. And that's going to open up all the chakras in your lower body. Everybody's opening up their butt right now. Some people are doing it in good ways, and some people are doing it in very careless, disgusting ways. So we want to stay in our center. We want to stay in the white light. Okay. Okay, the energy is shifting. Okay, as you feel that magnetic pull in your hands, let's take our hands and put them on our thighs, on our quadriceps. And then just allow your body to move. It feels like moving. We're getting up into I call it the angel chakras, like around your shoulders and your arms and your clavicle. So just like allow your body to vibrate at its own natural rhythm. Okay, I'm going to do some clearing here. So yeah, we're going to open up the chakras, the wheels of light. There's one more Reiki movement that I need to find, and I have to restudy it because it's more involved. I'll have to get it out. Yeah, and I believe Mars is in the sixth house. If Mars is in the sixth house, that has a lot to do with war. It has a lot to do with, I guess, diseases, broken contracts. I don't know. I guess that's not a great aspect. But, we can pray and meditate for that. So right now we're going to move into a second meditation. Actually, my friend Charlotte, she inspired me to do it. Ugh. I love when people inspire me and not bring me down. Be careful of people who bring you down, okay? They're always telling you their problems, right? They're always like feeding off of you, almost like you're I don't know, like a vampire. I mean, I don't mind people sharing their problems with me as long as we share other things, I just don't want to be somebody's sounding board. And I know you feel like that too, right? So right now what we're going to do in this meditation, we're going to call on the violet light and Saint Germain. Too bad I don't have my Saint Germain booklet here. Saint Germain, the guardian of the violet light, the violet fire, violet flame. I don't know, some people felt, I kind of grew up with those people because it was back in the 70s. It was actually before I even had my first son. So this lady came to town, right? I think her name was Ross, Keebler Ross. I'm not really too sure. She came to town, right? This was in Boston. And she was transmitting the emerald flame, I guess, in your third eye. So I said, well, I'm going to go have that done. Why not, right? So this is the time right now, and let's just open up our upper body here a little bit. We're being told to open up our body. Oh, okay. So during that time, some people felt, because she was connected with Saint Germain, right? And Elizabeth Clare Prophet, there we go. Keebler Ross, that was somebody else. Elizabeth Clare Prophet, right? I mean, I had some amazing experiences with them. I did. I didn't stay with them because I just felt it was a little too culty for me. And I'm always like more of a free spirit. I just don't want to be aligned with anything really that much. Although I do align myself with the rosary, I feel that works for me. So you have to find what works for you, right? All right, so we're going to do another meditation because this is the Earth, the full moon, and Virgo. Gosh, I should go back out. It stopped raining. See, I listened to my intuition. I said, well, I want to work a little bit, but I'm going to work close to the house because I know it's going to rain, because I could see the lightning and hear the thunder. So I knew it was close by. So right now, we're going to do a meditation for all of that. All of the wind, the fire, the floods, the people getting their houses flooding out on the south side of Chicago and Berwyn. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. All right. They got to really fix some of that infrastructure, right? Or move to higher ground and not let people stay there, I guess. I don't know. It's a mess. So let's pray for everybody who's experiencing that, flooding in their homes. I mean, their homes are totally gone. Like, look at Hawaii. Right? So everything is like tilted. Everything is like kind of like, you feel like you're almost one of those tops and somebody just releases the string and bam, you're spinning out there. Shh. And that's what this kind of feels like right now. So we're kind of like moving through this. So let's not get stuck in the muck and the mire of the war. Because there's people there that think we should have a war. But those same people, that same area, there's people there that feel like we shouldn't have a war. So we need to stop the wars. We need to align ourselves with the people that want peace. Give peace a chance, right? Because what is it doing? It's affecting the wind, the hurricanes, the tornadoes, the temperature of the ocean, the temperature of the earth, the volcanoes that are all just roaring forward, these huge dragons, that they're the best incinerators on earth. I don't know why we don't take our garbage and throw it in there. I mean, we could clean up so many areas. I'd start with India. I would start with the garbage dumps in India. You take all those, all that garbage, you scoop it up, and you take it by a drone and right into the volcano, baby, and incinerate it all. I mean, I really feel that the volcanoes are gods saying, feed us with this garbage. All right, so we're going to pray for all these volcanoes, all these like earthquakes, all the movements of the earth, all these homeless people. All these people that decided to move to another country that don't belong in that country. You know, they thought they could just come in and like change everything, like make everything theirs. That's not what America is. That's not what Europe is. Each area has like their culture, their flavor. And if they would just focus on their country and what's good for them, you know, they would be happier, right? And you know who I'm talking about. All right, so we're going to talk about, in our minds, we're going to pick out one area that you would like to focus on. It could be the wind, the rain, the fire, the floods, the earthquakes. The hurricane season's supposed to be horrific. I'm going to pick, personally, the hurricanes. Because I don't want them to be horrific. I really don't. I want people to stay in their hearts. Only by staying in your heart will you truly heal our planet. Will you truly heal? The wars will stop. I mean, what's so brainstorming about that? So let's feel into our heart chakras right now. If you want to hold one of your favorite crystals. Just allow your body to shake loose whatever you don't need. It could be some kind of mental problem that you've been rolling around in your brain. You need to call on your guardian angels. Everyone, I believe, has an angel. IMO. So if you believe in angels, call on your angels right now to help you. I just learned that there's this new angel called the Lavender Angel. The Lavender Angel. You know, that's what I don't have. I'm going to buy big plants. That's what I mean, sometimes, okay, you do save money. You do save money if you start from seeds. But if you're getting patient like I do sometimes with this garden, sometimes you just want to, I'm going to be better about it. I'm going to be better about designating each planter for one of these little projects here. For the sage, for sprouting the peppermint, and then you can always transplant them. Because sometimes if you plant them in the ground, the birds, I mean, they love different seeds. This is like a treat for them. It's like gourmet. Yeah, so so the story I was telling you about, let me just work through this meditation, and I want to talk about the sushi. No, I don't want to forget it though. So I was in this herb class, right? My second herb class. I was in this herb class We're still in meditation, so if you feel like you're moving around still, that's good. And my teacher told us the story how the guy used to go, he used to brag about it. Oh, every day for lunch I go out for sushi. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so you know sushi is raw fish, right? God, it makes me itch to this day. I can't believe it. I'm actually itching. It's a psychological reaction. He developed a lump on his arm. Now, I'm not here to diagnose your lump on your arm if you have one, or anywhere on your body. That you go to your doctor for that. You go to your dermatologist. But he had a lump. I'm telling you a story. Okay? This is factual. So it's not just in my opinion. This is a fact. This is a story that was a fact. My teacher told him to go to the doctor. They had it excised, and inside of it was a tapeworm. And that tapeworm, now if you get grossed out, you might want to put mute for a minute. That tapeworm had babies, and they traveled to his brain. So I don't know, that was the end of that story. I don't know what they did to get the tapeworm out of his brain. See, it's making me itch. Oh my God. Psychological, right? I don't know, but till this day, I never ate raw sushi. I mean, I guess once in a while I do the uni, you know, I mean, but that's like every 3 to 5 years. I just don't do, I used to like the urkura and the uni. So I'll be happy with salmon skin. And now they say that salmon has worms in it. They said every salmon has worms. So I don't know if I want to eat salmon anymore either. All right, so let's get into another meditation here for our planet. This planet needs so much help. And as we think about our planet, just think about the food you put in your body, right? And you might find that you're getting a stronger reaction for some of the foods, right? So if you're getting a stronger reaction, eat less. And then I found that if I don't eat after 5 o'clock, it's better for my body. But that's just me. You have to listen to your body and see, are you belching a lot at night? You know, are you sitting up, burping? That means because you're eating too late at night. I did that last night, and I did suffer a little bit. So I have to get better about my changes in my body. And you might see is the more you meditate and pray and meditate and stay in nature, you're going to see your frequency changes. And as your frequency changes, you don't need certain foods anymore. Actually, that's IMO. That's in my opinion. I'm not telling what you should eat and shouldn't eat. I'm just telling you what you could grow. So try some of these tricks in the garden, right? And like I said, some of them are for medicine. Your sage, your comfrey, your peppermint. I think we have to be more conscious of how we grow a garden. You know what I might try doing with the peppermint seeds too, because usually I do it as a ground cover. It works great as a ground cover. So this is the time to meditate on how you want to beautify your garden, how you want to protect your health, and how we want to protect the planet. So right now, let's just do another meditation. And I'm going to take a little break here. I might get something to eat. What time is it? And remember, you might want to take a snapshot of this and really look at this, because if you're having problems and you can't get those to your feet, it's nice to have the hand, right? So those are all the areas on your body that you could do massage on to bring about better health. to last day of March, right? For 2026. So yeah, I guess according to a lot of astrologers, April, I haven't taken notes on April yet, but I hear the middle of the month's going to be the rock and roll, especially around the 15th to the 20th. But I mean, we can do a lot. We can do a lot to ameliorate the negativity, and that's all the heck it is. Why do we give war so much power? Even the word. Give peace a chance, right? Yeah, so I think I'm going to be motivated to start painting again. I was in my banker's office and I looked at the artwork on the wall and I said, oh my God, I do better artwork than that. He goes, maybe it's time to replace my artwork. All right, so let's take a breath and try to sit up as straight as you can. You know what I want to do? I want to stretch out. So, like, always listen to your intuition, right? So, like, yeah, so I had some pain come back in my body, and I kind of gauged the pain with the acupuncture. I still feel a little bit in the knee. So, and I did have PRP done in this knee, but like I said to my chiropractor, she said that was a really wise idea. You have to get out. You have to do wet cupping first for pain. And then after the wet cupping, talk to your acupuncturist. Then you put the PRP in, because the PRP then adds like new life. You have to take the garbage out first. So with the wet cupping comes this bloody mess. Along what I said, there was a white strip in it. And I said to my Dr. Kim, I said, what is that? I go, is that a parasite? And he goes, no, that's inflammation. But I mean, I really believe that a parasite is inflammation. All right, so let's sit up. We're going to focus on our planet, our beautiful blue and green planet. Violet. So Elizabeth Clare Ross, you can read about her. She gave me the emerald flame in my third eye. I've had a lot of people touch my third eye, a lot of yogis. That's where they always put the bindi. Yeah, you can actually take a flat stone crystal and place it over your third eye. That's always good to enhance consciousness, right? The crystals are really good for clearing out stagnation, especially if you've done many, many years of using fluoride in your toothpaste. No, I'm not saying you should only use fluoride out of your toothpaste. You can talk to your dentist about that. But I just think sometimes fluoride really messes up the thyroid gland. All right, so let's do one more meditation here. And you could read about that. I am all... Oh. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to post this under March 31st. Seeds, right? Because these are seeds here. Seeds of change. So let's bring some seeds of change to our life, right? Everybody should dig up their lawns. That's what I did. The more grass I can get rid of, the better I feel. Yeah, the better I feel.